SGC here, we are finally back with the movie review of The Raid Redemption. You might have heard of this crazy intense film back in 2011, directed by Gareth Evans. And basically, the cast is down below because I can't pronounce them. And what's this film about? It's about a group of Jakarta police officers. They're this elite police squad that arrives at a building and they're gonna storm it and go up and arrest this crime boss. And that's basically the entire movie. And obviously within the movie we get a lot of crazy gunfights and crazy a lot of action sequences. So what I like about this film? This film for me is interesting. I think it pushes my boundary as a reviewer, because I swear I always looked through things in story terms, as in like the movie, if the acting was bad, if the story just made sense, that sort of justified the acting was bad, or things didn't make sense but the story just like in its own world made sense, I was like, oh, that's fine. But really for me, this movie I haven't reviewed right after I watched it was I didn't know how to feel for this movie. I felt that the violence and the gore was just fine. Like I'm okay with that stuff, but it just felt in the context of the story that police officers wouldn't go to that extreme of the whole kill or to be killed thing. People tell me that, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna die, you're gonna probably kill a lot of people. And I'm like, yeah, I get that, but the intensity and severeness of the injuries and just the way that he fought was just pretty intense, to the point where it just felt uncomfortable for me. As in like, wow, a police officer can do all this? That's some scary stuff. And I felt that if they tweaked the storyline a bit, as in like this was a gang fighting another gang, I would have totally bought it all up and I'll be like, no problem whatsoever. So, but basically, I mean, as an execution, this movie was great. Like, the way that it was filmed, the choreo was pretty crazy. Though I have to say, sometimes it gets a little bit draggy in terms of this crazy fight near the end of the movie. I'm just like, dude, he has to die. And that sort of pulled out the immersion. Like, I sort of understood that, like, by the time half the movie went by, I was like, yeah, I think this kid can do all this stuff because he's that crazy and apparently he's not a rookie. But at the end, when they fought that guy, I was just like, this guy, the immersion was pulling me out of it a bit. Overall, this movie is recommended, as in the action sequences is what should be done. I think Hollywood nowadays, they do quick edits and quick cuts. It's just like, you don't get the impact of a good fist fight. And I think with The Raid, it was just like, yes, we finally got a good fist fight, or just fighting in general back. And yeah, I actually look forward to the sequel, as I can finally watch it now in Hong Kong. But I mean, it's been out wherever you are already, but I still look forward to it. Like, I think I'm gonna have different standards this time when I watch the movie. And it's an interesting process that I've been going through in terms of just appreciating movies in terms of story and execution. And I think The Raid is a great example of how it really made me tweak my views on how to review a movie. And basically, like I said, this movie is pretty intense, and I think if you're looking, I think if you have the expectation of intense, you'll be fine. But if you have no idea what this movie is going to be about, I think you're going to be blown away and be like, whoa, that's pretty intense. But I think it's still cool. It's still cool. And like I said, I reviewed The Man from Nowhere. I appreciate that stuff more because it's like the violence and the fight sequences are incorporating the actual storyline context, and I like it that much better. But The Raid, it's like, I mean, this movie really, you don't think about the story, you go in for the fight sequences. And I think that's what I'm going to do with the sequel, and hopefully I will come back soon with the sequel review. And as always, leave your comments down below and I will reply to you as soon as possible. And that's pretty much it for this movie review for The Raid Redemption.